The evolution of women's sports is a fascinating journey marked by perseverance, achievement, and the ongoing quest for equality. While women's participation in sports can be traced back to ancient civilizations, it wasn't until the 20th century that significant advancements were made in terms of recognition, participation, and the establishment of professional leagues. Historical context. Women have participated in various forms of physical activity for centuries, but societal norms often restricted their involvement. In ancient Greece, women were prohibited from competing in the Olympic Games, a tradition that continued for centuries. However, women found ways to engage in sports, often participating in separate competitions, such as the Heraean Games, which were held in honor of the goddess Hera. The late 19th and early 20th centuries marked a turning point for women in sports. As the suffragette movement gained momentum, women began to challenge societal norms. The inclusion of women in the Olympic Games was a significant milestone, starting with the 1900 Paris Olympics, where women competed in tennis and golf. The rise of women's sports. The 20th century witnessed a surge in women's sports. The establishment of organizations like the Women's Sports Foundation in 1974 and the passage of Title IX in 1972 in the United States were pivotal moments. Title IX prohibited discrimination based on sex in any educational program or activity receiving federal funding, leading to increased opportunities for women in athletics. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, women's sports gained visibility, with the rise of female athletes who broke barriers and set records. Icons such as Billie Jean King, who won the famous Battle of the Sexes tennis match in 1973, and Mary Lou Retton, the first American woman to win an Olympic gold medal in gymnastics in 1984, inspired generations of young girls to pursue sports. Professional leagues and increased visibility. The establishment of professional women's sports leagues in the late 20th and early 21st centuries marked another significant advancement. The Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, founded in 1996, became a model for professional women's sports leagues, showcasing elite talent and attracting a dedicated fan base. Moreover, international competitions, such as the FIFA Women's World Cup and the Women's Olympic Soccer Tournament, brought women's sports to the forefront of global attention. The U.S. women's national soccer team's success and advocacy for equal pay have further fueled discussions about gender equality in sports. Current challenges and future prospects. Despite the progress made, challenges remain. Women still face disparities in pay, media coverage, and sponsorship opportunities compared to their male counterparts. The fight for equality in sports continues as athletes and advocates push for fair treatment and recognition. The COVID-19 pandemic also highlighted existing inequalities, with women's sports often receiving less support and visibility during times of crisis. However, the resilience of female athletes and their determination to advocate for change has brought attention to these issues. Conclusion. The evolution of women's sports reflects broader societal changes and the ongoing struggle for equality. From ancient times to the present day, women have fought for their right to participate, compete, and be recognized in the world of sports. As we look to the future, it is essential to continue supporting and promoting women's sports, ensuring that the next generation of female athletes can thrive in an environment of equality and respect. The journey toward equality in women's sports is far from over, but the achievements of past and present athletes inspire hope and progress for the future.